Namaste, friends. Do the words Jya and Koṭi-jyā ring a bell? Probably not. And I do not blame you for that. Open any high school textbook. Turn to the chapter on trigonometry. You will be introduced to a whole lineage of genius people like the Greek thinkers, Hellenistic astronomers, and so many as the undisputed fathers of the science of angles. That is the story that was taught to us. But centuries before these textbooks begin, a different kind of architectural precision was already flourishing in ancient India. In the Shobha Sutras, dating back nearly 3 millennia, scholars weren't just guessing. They were meticulously defining the rules of geometry to build sacred structures like the Vedic altars or what we call as Vedis and temples and many more. They mastered the perfect square, the circle and the triangle. They possessed the core knowledge of right-angle relationships, which is practical geometry that would be vital for any future system of measurement. The foundation was set in India. But to rule the land is one thing, to rule the heavens is another. To accurately predict the motion of the stars, to chart the arc of the moon, basic geometry was not enough. They needed a function that could instantly relate an angle to the distance traveled. And believe it or not, they figured out a very elegant solution. They understood the half-chord. They found the relationship that defined motion itself. Around the 5th century, a revolutionary mind, Aryabhata, formally codified this insight. He created the Jya, the half-chord, and the Koṭi-jyā, the complement. This was the birth of the modern trigonometric functions that we call as sine and cosine. He constructed the first detailed tables, giving the world a precise decimal-based tool for angular measurement. He transformed geometry from static shapes into dynamic relationships. They built the entire functional framework necessary for modern science. Along with Jya and Koṭi-jyā, they also defined Utkrama-jyā, the inverse sine, which calculated the distance from the arc to the cosine line, giving them the highly useful over sine function. This was a complete systematic decimal-based trigonometric engine, a system built to map the movements of everything from stars to ships. But how did we end up with the words sine and cosine that we use today? Let me tell you. This unparalleled system developed in India spread through the Middle East. Jya was translated as Jib over there. Then fate intervened. When European translators encountered Jib, they mistakenly interpreted the word as Jab, meaning pocket or ford. And so they translated the wrong word into Latin, giving us sinus, the root of our word sine. The very word we use today is a centuries-old echo of the original Indian term. It is the lasting, undeniable proof that the trigonometric revolution, the chord that measures the speed of light and the curves of space, was conceptualized, codified, and gifted to the world by Bharat. It is time to acknowledge the complete story, the story of human ingenuity, where the quest to measure the heavens began profoundly in the land of Bharat. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.